Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekah HaKadash. I'm back to you in another straight to the point moment, dealing with the tenets and doctrine of life, which is this new covenant, and what must be preached to the four corners of the earth before the end. All right. So I'm going into a small segment of wisdom, dealing with the new covenant, dealing with that stone. Again, that stone and the separation between darkness and light. And you see it every day, brothers, whether they be of this camp or that camp, and even some brothers of the new covenant. And it's to a point where it's like, wow, that spirit of darkness is heavy amongst all men, including some of those that are coming to the covenant, which is the new covenant, meaning spiritually. Mindset still stuck to men's doctrine. I'm seeing brothers produce videos talking about King Solomon prayed for the heathen, all to suffice their camp elders' doctrine of Esau as being righteous. Other tenets of doctrine where men are in the new covenant leaders still teaching that they're waiting on spiritual power and new bodies, but they're in the new covenant. That darkness is a similitude of lack of faith. Not having that unwavering faith. You got some brothers who are in this new covenant, truly in this new covenant, that don't need to see a war spaceship, that don't need to see a physical manifestation of brothers throwing fireballs and actually flying, that don't need to see a physically new body. They don't need to see none of that shit. They don't even have to see the face of God in the sense of a physical appearance of God himself to believe in the Most High. They're just like Moses and Abraham. No different. I have that same unwavering faith as those brothers. You got some brothers in the sense, including myself, where they don't even have to see Yahweh. They just believe, man. They just believe. But then you have those whose belief is based off certain tenets, and things have to specifically happen in order for them to have more of a belief or a stronger faith. And it's not to bash those brothers, just to say, look, if you believe, then believe wholehearted. And if there's a wavering spirit or a breach in spirit, then let us turn to the scriptures and not turn to carnal things, but let us turn to the spirit. That way we can be revived in the spirit back to life. I'm going to begin here in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heaven and the earth. I'll read it verbatim. So many contexts. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. Verse 2, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And now this darkness is literally an ignorance. A lacking of wisdom was upon the face of what? The deep, the multitudes. When you look at the earth was without form and void, meaning it was without structure. It was without wisdom and void. Again, lacking. So without a structure, without an order, and lacking meaning void, ignorance. Ignorance, like blissful ignorance. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And that Spirit of God was literally his word. It moved upon the face of the waters, ordering things. This is a different similitude of wisdom. Ordering things in which the way they should be ordered through his wisdom. Verse 3. And God said, let there be light. What? Let there be light. So notice there's no moon, no sun, no carnality, but he said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw that the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. He what? Divided the light from the darkness. So again, the division started in the beginning. A separation of light and darkness. A separation from holy to unholy. A separation from his people and those people. Light and darkness. All these similitudes and parables. Dark sentences, right? We're reading the dark sentence now. Darkness. But there's a light that's been exposed into the world as we see now. And that light is Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Let's go get that, man. Because again, this is the problem. Brothers don't understand. Therefore, a light had came into the world, and the darkness comprehended not. The book of John, chapter 3. All right, and we'll start at verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned. And that condemnation is what? That darkness. That bottomless pit. That's a form of darkness. But he that believeth not is condemned already. Whew. Heavy, man. Light has come into the world, and darkness comprehended not. He that believeth not is condemned already. That's the similitude or the connection of him that believeth not is already condemned, meaning darkness comprehended not, because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son. Whew. Heavy, man. And this is the condemnation. So again, the similitude in verse 18, this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. And this is the understanding, man. This is that knowledge and wisdom. Men still loving and choosing darkness over light. Let us meditate. For he is that adamant, aka stone. And since he has come into the world, they understand not. Life has come unto us, but they choose death over life. Heavy, man. How many more similitudes you need, man? How many more? How much is it going to take for you to actually just believe? Just believe. Unwavering spirits, man. Let us go, man. The book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 8. Take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron, thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. And what speak ye unto the rock before their eyes? Whew. Speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. So you can imagine this in the wilderness where Aaron and Moses and the assembly of Israel in the wilderness, and Moses is going to speak to a rock before their eyes. You can only imagine what was going through their mind. Let us continue, man. And it shall give forth his water. Notice this rock is compared to his, and it says shall give forth his water. And thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. And this water here is a similitude of life. For they were dying of thirst and needed no money nor anything to purchase this water. That's Isaiah chapter 55. Let's get it, man, quickly. We're going to come back to Numbers. Isaiah chapter 55, man. Salakia. Bear with me. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, and knows this was the assembly, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Ye come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. So here's the calling to the assembly again in the wilderness. Water being presented, life being presented to us. We don't have to buy or anything. We don't have to do nothing in the sense of carnally. Spiritually, we've been called to what? Repentance. rejecting the world, rejecting the mindset and the things of the world, the actions, characteristics. We don't have to sacrifice anything. This is what it means about come ye buy wine and milk without money and without price. We don't have to give any sacrifice. It's already been prepared for us. All we have to do is reject the world, reject the characteristics and actions, come out of that mindset and that spiritual understanding of I have to do this, I have to see this in order to accept this. Again, the same mindset that stupor, that darkness was upon them in the wilderness when they seen Moses talking to the rock. Matter of fact, let's go back and get it. Numbers chapter 20, verse 8, man. Take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. This rock is a similitude to Hamashiach, and it shall give forth his water. His what? His water. Today we have his water through what? The Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit. The Holy Spirit. The water is the doctrine of life. So like, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. What? Water out of the rock. So thou shalt give thee the congregation and their beasts drink. A rest. So we have this same spiritual water today that's been presented out of the rock, that adamant, which is Hamashiach. All right, continue, verse 9. Moses took the rod from before the Lord as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said to them, Hear now, ye rebels. Hear what? Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock. And they got to the point where they called Moses to even transgress against the Lord because of his anger. Be angry and sin not, is what we got from that learning experience here reading in scriptures. But notice, he said, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod, and smote the rock twice. How many? Twice. And water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. This is heavy, man. The burden that's even on the men that's in this truth, even if you lack in faith and transgress against the Lord, as we're going to read here, there's a punishment for you, including myself. So there must be an unwavering unwavering faith in the dispensation or distribution of this new covenant, the teaching and doctrine of life, man. Let me read it again, verse 11. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. That rock is Yahushua, being smoten the same way he was on the cross. And when they stabbed him in the side, what came out? When they poked the rock, when they smoked the rock on his side, what came out? Water. The same way this water came out of this rock, man. And water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. I mean, this is heavy. Similitudes of wisdom. The rock being smoten. The rock being smoted and water coming out the same way in the wilderness. And this is a warning for all brethren, including myself. Be angry, sin not, but also understanding that we are in the possession of the rock's doctrine of life. Therefore, we must sanctify ourselves in the eyes of the congregation so that we're not punished. Meaning our faith must not be unwavering. We must be believers as well. All right? Warning to us all. Let me read that one more time so brothers can understand what I just read, because sometimes for our people especially, you have to read stuff 2 and 3 times slowly so they can get it. Like, so that you can all get it. All right, here we go again. The book, Numbers chapter 20, verse 11. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. Similar to Hamashiach being smitten, many stripes, right? On the cross for us. And the water came out abundantly. When they hit him in the side with the spear, when they smote him in the side, what came out? Water. And the congregation drink, and their beasts also. Let us meditate on this wisdom. Let us meditate. Heavy, man. Up because I'm short for time, man. I'm short for time, and this has been another straight to the point moment. But I'm going to wrap this up with another similitude of wisdom for the brotherhood, so they can understand, man. Some brother spirits get frustrated, seeking, wanting more wisdom, even to the point where brothers produce, so many videos. And I've always been a proponent of not producing stuff just to be producing to say I'm doing the work, So there's a such thing as busy work and doing shit and creating bullshit. There is. There's a wisdom in that too. And you got some brothers that will put out video after video after video. And I'm like, some stuff just, was it even necessary out? If you're not teaching the doctrine of life, which is this new covenant, then it shouldn't be pushed out. It shouldn't be no more robot dog videos and spaceships. And I literally seen a brother produce a video, had the exact same title and the exact same lesson as the next brother. And I was just like, wow. I was just like, wow. Wow. This is seeking the glory of men. Even brothers in the New Covenant have gotten to the point where they teach it, and it gets away with not even talking about the doctrine of life anymore. They done went back into the tenets of other men's doctrine to push out legends because they want to make sure they're still in that tenet of, I got to produce 3 to 4 videos daily. Just utter madness, man. Let me get straight to the point. The book of Sirach, chapter 16, and I start at verse 12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. So both mercy and judgment are great. Just as though there's a mercy unto salvation, there's a correction that it goes on to what? Utter destruction, meaning that spirit being destroyed. If we brought out once before, and we'll continue to bring out in every similitude that we possibly can in wisdom. Verse 13, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils. The what? The sinner shall not escape with his spoils. There's no escape. All right? There's no escape for the sinner, man. And the patient of the godly shall not be frustrated. Shall what? The patient of the godly shall not be frustrated. As our brother, we got the understanding back in the book of Numbers 28 through 11 with Moses, how he got frustrated. And the Most High judged him. That's why I said we have to be patient, man. This ministry must be blameless. All right, verse 14. Make way for every work of mercy. We have to make way for every work of mercy. I had a similitude to that in my personal life the other day, dealing with a brother who's in the truth, is teaching, but you got brothers at a camp that's supposedly part of his camp that won't even help him while the brother down. And I'm not going to go into detail, but the point is, we must make way for every work of mercy. Verse 14 continues, for every man shall find according to his work. For what? For every man shall find according to his works. Verse 15, the Lord hardened Pharaoh. See, Pharaoh was hardened. Also, there was a lot of us who were hardened in the spirit, as you've seen back in the book of Numbers, chapter 20. This is why we spoke out against Moses and Aaron constantly. Our forefathers did. Harden not your hearts in the day of provocation, which was in the wilderness. Brought that out earlier this week. We continue to bring it out, man. That he, verse 15 continuing, that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world. All right. Even today, the work of the Lord is not known, even amongst men in the new covenant, because they just don't get it, man. They don't get it. And his work is being made known. How much do you need to see certain things in order to believe? I'm a full-out believer. I've seen enough. I don't need to see anymore. Some brothers need to see more. All right. Continue. Verse 16. His mercy is manifest to every creature. And we got that example in Numbers chapter 20. Mercy is being provided through what? The rock. The what? The rock. This is the mercy from the Most High being provided to us through who? The rock, which is a Mashiach, man. To every creature. And he hath separated his light, his what? His light, his what? His light from the darkness. With what? An adamant. An adamant is the exact same thing. It's an impenetrable stone. That's what an adamant is. It's a damn stone that can't be penetrated or moved. And that's Yahushua, our rock. If he's in you, then you should not be wavering, nor can you be penetrated by the wiles of the devil. As you all keep bringing out the devil attacking me, you can't be penetrated and you can't be moved. Let me read it again. Verse 16, his mercy is manifest to every creature. His mercy is manifest to who? Hamashiach, to us. To us, man. And he hath separated his light. The children of light are the children of God, the sons of God, from darkness. Those who walk in darkness are the children of the devil. Pooh. Heavy. With an adamant. With what? With an adamant. With what? With an adamant. And that adamant is Hamashiach. And you have those who rejected him, builders who have rejected that stone, rejected the adamant, both spiritually and carnally, and those who have received him. And in them is that stone, or that white pebble mentioned in Revelation. You have been given a stone. So with that similitude of wisdom, and I'm short on time, I want to give all praise to Kahalal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah HaKadosh, Shalom, Akim. Heaven.